Hello everyone, today's tale is called Enjoy Your Viewing and Enjoy Your Meal. My wife of 12 years started a job working in the office of a manufacturing plant that employs degenerate men about 7 months ago. She enjoyed her job and still does, but her demeanor changed dramatically 4 to 5 months back. She withdrew, spent all her time playing games on her phone. We would have an occasional date, but something was off. About 2 months ago we had a date that went well, but she blew up afterwards and stopped talking to me for 6 days, then said she wanted a divorce. She had no desire to work on our relationship. I tried and tried. I asked if there was someone else and she adamantly denied, but it just didn't add up. I started reading books and read it. 4 weeks ago, I told her I was sorry for the past, but she needed to own up to her contribution to the degradation of our marriage. She said she was willing to reconcile and that we need to find a couples counselor. I found a counselor a few days later, and when I tried to reach my wife to set up a meeting, I ended up finding that she left her office to be with a man from her work. She has been having an affair. They began flirting at work and took things outside of work nearly 4 months ago. She said they met to break up and were making out. He is a loser, 6'2" alcohol wife beater. Lives in his mom's basement. I pulled his court records. She was like a schoolgirl with a crush and spent the first week defending him. She had been talking with his divorce attorney. Maybe I'm crazy, but I love my wife and don't want to destroy my family. We have a sensitive 11-year-old son. We have been seeing a counselor and this have been pretty good for a few weeks, but we still aren't talking about our relationship other than during our sessions once per week. Feel free to provide general advice, but I don't know how to trust her. I don't trust her yet. She is very attractive and has always held jobs in a professional setting and or surrounded by women. She now works in an environment conducive to an affair. Even her male co-workers in the office are inappropriate and say no husbands allowed if they go out for drinks. She is the only woman who joins them. I don't know how to feel comfortable with her at work maintaining the status quo that originally allowed for the affair. The following tell. Friend, you or never are going to feel comfortable about her at this job again. And you shouldn't feel comfortable with it. Successful, long-term, both parties thrive and their marriage is repaired. Reconciliation is extremely rare, and that's under the very best circumstances. One of the absolute baseline expectations for any couple that is remotely serious about trying for reconciliation is that the wayward partner goes full no contact with the affair partner and with anyone else who enabled the infidelity, or even who knew about it and said nothing to try preventing it. Another absolute bare minimum standard is that the wayward partner voluntarily opts out of any behavior or activity that the betrayed partner is uncomfortable with. Another is that the wayward partner understands and happily accepts that they will waive their expectation of privacy from that point forward. Trust must be earned back, and that's a very long and difficult process. This means full access to phone, email, social media, etc., tracking apps left on phones, whatever the BP needs at the time to feel secure. But on an even more fundamental, baseline level, for reconciliation to have any hope of working, both partners have to be fully committed to the marriage. If one of you is more enthusiastic about reconciliation than the other, it will not succeed. You can't pick up your wife's slack here. It doesn't work that way. I understand that you still love her. I understand your desire to protect your son. I did the same thing. I stayed for 5 years in a marriage with a woman who, while sometimes regretful, was never truly remorseful. It very nearly killed me. My mental health deteriorated to the point of daily suicidal ideation, often for hours each day, spread out throughout the day. It was not better for my children, ultimately. As my mental and emotional health deteriorated, theirs did as well. It wasn't until I finally left that they really started improving in every way. Now I have a great relationship with them, and they are thriving. Your son doesn't need an unhealthy, fake it as long as we can, relationship nearly as much as he needs a stable father. I'm sorry, man, I wish this weren't the case. I wish nobody would be abused into this situation in the first place. But it happens, and it happened. It's something you will have to deal with, sooner or later. And the sooner you do, the sooner you will be able to start healing, and the better of a stable father you'll be able to be for your son. The following tell. My wife seems to be slowly coming out of the affair fog that has loomed over our relationship for the past few months. She did choose to be with this loser, but did not know of his history until presented with his court records. As she commits more and more to our relationship, I set additional boundaries. She has made adjustments in her work interactions, but I have yet to ask, demand that she report herself or quit. For context, her description of the affair was a work friendship talking about music and football that slowly evolved into an emotional affair, consisting of phone calls and Snapchat, where they spoke of past marriages, divorce and her current marital complaints. The emotional affair, of course, led to physical intimacy that was limited to holding hands and kissing during the last week and a half prior to discovery. I'm not saying I do, I have no reason not to believe her. We are in the midst of what I would call a pseudo-reconciliation where we actively enjoy each other's conversation and company, but seldom address the deeper issues. Her pride, fear and insecurities get in the way of the healthy conversation needed for actual reconciliation, but it is getting better. Many users advised me to research affair fog and limerence. These two terms have put a definition to what I've felt and described to my wife for the past month. They have also helped me gain a better understanding of her mental state. Your contrast between regret and remorse mirrors my thoughts regarding guilt versus shame. Early on she felt mainly external shame, but what she needs is the sense of guilt and remorse that comes from within. I have spoken with a highly recommended divorce attorney and know my options and rights. I am prepared to walk away if needed. I struggled mentally for the first 4 weeks, but I have had many conversations with friends, family and counselors and read many books on the subject to somewhat come to terms with the situation I'm in. I'm a very sound, stable and present father and continue to excel professionally. I have also reduced my enthusiasm towards reconciliation to better gauge her commitment. Thanks for watching, come back again.